Alright guys, welcome back to the garage. My name's Dave. This is Dick's 4x4 Garage, and today we're getting back on Project K10 crawler. Alright, video 2 of phase 2. We got to continue tearing it down on the front. We got to get this engine out of here, get the axle out of here, and then we'll get the fenders and we'll start working on the dove nose. So stick around and let's get busy. All right, fellas, so I got this fender, I think kind of where I want it, actually. So I measured, put my tape here, and I measured over to the flat face of the fender. And at the beginning, it was like 22.25, and now it's at, that's like straight up 14. So I got 8 out of it. And so I ended up trimming all of this out, and then I ended up having to trim. Let me show you here. When I take the fender off, I'll show you again, but I ended up trimming the fender out here, and then I trimmed this pinch seam. So let me show you on this side. So this pinch seam where the top bolt would normally go, I ended up cutting that pretty much back here, because everything, when I cut the fender, this was what was hitting. So what I can do on that, what I ended up doing is leaving that support in there, and that is what it's touching. So I could put a big notch in that support, and so that way it'll just kind of like slip through it. And I may do that. I may do that. But right now, like it's pretty good. Like it's not excessively pushing on the fender. Like it's tight, but it's not pushing on it enough to where it's trying to like bow it or do anything crazy. It may be pushing it out a little bit, like, you know, this is a little bit further over than it needs to be. So maybe when I do that, it'll kind of just let that sit in a little bit. But my main thing, obviously there's gonna be a gap because you're moving it that way. But the thing is, I didn't want it to be like sticking out. So I wanted it to like be able to like sit in kind of flush with the door and then tilt in. Because when I build some tube doors, I'll end up kind of filling that a little bit. So, but even with the door on, it don't really look that bad. I mean, there's a gap, but you know, it's a rock crawler, so you know, who cares? And then maybe I'll trim my fender like this. I want to do something like that. I'm gonna have to put the core support in and see like where about my lights are gonna be. You know, I may end up having to like, you know, do some kind of cut like that, but I'd like to actually get rid of that. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm not doing anything crazy for now, just kind of clearance the fenders, clearance that pinch seam. So let me know what you think. I think it looks pretty good, especially when you put a 37 right here. It from like right here, like that's a pretty good shot. I dig it. So hail to the, yeah, we'll keep rolling. All right, guys, here we go. What I decided to do, since I have the bevel here, I've already got all this stuff is kind of intact, and you have the bolsters here. What I figured I'm gonna do, last night I just came out, I stared at it, tried to figure out what I was gonna do. Then I went and browsed Pirate 4x4 for a while, and then I figured it out. So I was going to take this section out, right, which is like 8 inches. But I think what I'm gonna do is take roughly 9 inches off of here. So it's a little bit more than what I had my fenders in, but then that'll give me room to make some tabs, and then it'll give me a little wiggle room, you know, if I need to like move them out a little bit or whatever I can. So the thing was, this right here basically will fit the whole gap. So once I'm all done, that grill will take up the whole space in the middle. And then I can figure out what I want to do with lights. So, you know, I could just run, you know, I don't have to run regular headlights. I could run, you know, a couple LEDs or, you know, I don't know, whatever. It's just going to be on a trailer, so it don't really matter. I would like to have regular lights and turn signals and stuff still on it. But we can address that at a later time. We can cut this out and graft it over here or something, you know what I mean? Like, it don't seem like it's really going to be that hard. So I just figured one cut would be easier than like cutting it in half and welding it and doing all that stuff. So let's try it this way, and and we'll see what happens. So I'm sure we can we'll figure it out. But the biggest thing was this radius at the front. So I didn't want to like take, you know, like this would be like it'd be like sitting right there, and I just think it would look funky. So if we just cut it there, bang, then we can put the grill in. We'll still have all of this little holes for the grill. And I don't know, it'll work out. It'll be what it'll be. So we'll figure it out. Let's go. Guys, thank you for rolling with me on this video. I certainly appreciate it. If you like what you see here and you want to be a part of the Dick's 4x4 Garage family, hit that subscribe button. If you liked the video, hit the like button. And if you thought it was cool, maybe share it. Now, we got a lot more to do. I got a full weekend, a 4-day weekend to fool with this thing. We have to make all the tabs for the core support for the fender so that all that stuff ties together cohesively. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any like tube work behind them. I'll just have to see how flimsy they feel. Actually, everything feels pretty solid, but I may do some stuff like that. Not sure, but there's still a lot to do in there. Some brackets we got to make. I like all kinds of stuff. So we're going to roll on that. As soon as that's done, we're going to get started on a 3-link action. So that's going to be pretty awesome. I cannot wait. So I ordered some stuff from Summit. I ordered all my tube to do my 3-link, and I only got 1 tube. Everything else fell out of the box. So I'm waiting for for more stuff to come. Otherwise, maybe I would have started on some of that stuff this weekend. But anyways, I didn't get around to doing that. But we got a lot of other stuff that we can be doing. I also want to give a shout out to Off-Road Designs. I had machined my 205 that used to be attached to the 465. And I machined it because I was going to use a Vance adapter to mount it to a 4L80. And then I decided, well, hey, I'm going to run manual again. And what do I got to do? And they were like, hey, whatever you're going to do is going to cost you some money. So they were like, hey, we'll ship you a regular case, you ship us your case, and we'll call it good. So they came through for me. I appreciate them, so thank you guys so much. And for you guys, thanks for rolling with me. We will catch you on the next video. Dave out.